we thought we would recap the day a little bit and say a special thank you to everybody who came and helped. It really means a lot to us. We feel very blessed that you came and helped us. I thought the day went pretty well overall. It took maybe less time, maybe about the time that I was hoping. But the friend of ours that you saw in the video, Dan, he brought his plucker. That was fantastic. That made a huge difference. We probably had enough hands that we could hand pluck the chickens, don't you think? It just would have taken a lot longer.
Yeah, it's just harder to get the yellow
Stuff off the skin.
yellow skin off.
That's true.
Without the plucker.
So for those of you who might be doing it for the first time, like we were, the first large batch, we had done a small batch of 7 chickens earlier this year. And that was our very first, but this was our first larger batch. It was 43 chickens today. It's great to have the plucker and everything. I think you can do it without it. Of course, it would just be a little bit longer and maybe some more yellow skin. But that plucker is fantastic. That'll be definitely on our list of things to add to our equipment. So how are you feeling after the day?
Exhausted.
I think we're a little more exhausted than we were expecting to feel today. It was enjoyable and fun and a lot of learning, but just feel tired.
I think it was because it wasn't like a bunch of people coming to do it that already had done it before. Like a few of us knew how to do it and a few of us didn't, and so
There's a lot of times
taking time to
Yeah.
explain it to someone or showing someone, teaching somebody was,
it
I think it's
takes a
just
little
mentally
longer.
exhausting at the end of the day when you just don't realize how much energy you're using to show somebody how to do it or to help somebody how to do it.
If we were telling somebody, hey, if this is your first time doing it, do it. Or would we say, yeah, don't do that?
Overall?
Yeah. I would say do it. Get the experience, have the day, get tired.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously watched tons of videos to know how to do it, but it's hard. You don't know what to do until you actually do it yourself, even if you watched it 100 times.
And I think we want to go back. I certainly want to go back and re-watch some of those videos now, because I feel like when we were out there doing it, we were still, I was like, this doesn't look like it did on the video. And I don't know if we were just missing stuff. So now that we've done a bunch of them, like you did way more than I did, but now that we've done that, it seems like we would go back and watch the same videos again and see where we got it and where we missed it.
Well, I think part of that is just the difference of what type of equipment you have. If you have all these equipment pieces that make the bird really clean, then it just makes all the other parts easier. When you're just doing everything by hand.
But just reviewing where exactly to make the cuts, like Joel Salatin says, like cut in all the valleys. I think we basically did that, but our cuts seemed like they were way bigger. Or
no, I don't think so.
We were opening up.
I would say ours seemed way smaller. Based on what? Based on, like, in my mind, what I see his chicken looking like, and then what I see my chicken looking like. Like, it just seemed like there was more, like, not as much room as he had to put his hand or, whatever.
Maybe his chickens were just a lot bigger.
Maybe. I don't know. They turned out
all right.
The average size.
Yeah, it was like 3 to 4 pounds.
And the bird, before it was processed, was between 5 and 6 pounds. So you lose a lot of chicken.
A lot of weight.
Weight and chicken.
We didn't keep
chicken,
the necks.
But
that's some.
I kept some of them. So
we didn't keep it on the bird.
Oh yeah. Because we're not really sure what to do with that yet.
If it's on the bird, like if we got a whole chicken from the store, and it had a neck on it, we'd be like, well, I guess to cook it, we got to cut the neck off.
Probably.
But that's not what people do that know how to do it. So we just don't know what to do with that yet.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed it. I would do it again. I'm ready for the spring.
I'm not quite ready for that yet.
We do have to actually try the chicken now. The next step is to eat the chicken
Mm-hmm.
and see if it's great. It's organic, pasture raised chicken, and with whole grains that we mixed ourselves. And that was the whole process. When we processed on day 82, and you can look at the videos. You can find the videos where they're like, we had 5,000 pounds of chicken in just 56 days. You know, it wasn't 5,000 pounds, but I remember somebody's, it was 56 days. And we just blew right past that. And so we always said, hey, even if it's a slower growing chicken, if it tastes good and they're healthy, then that's okay. Now, I don't think we expected it to go this much further, but you know, so that's what, 11, almost 12 weeks. A lot of people process
That's like
at
twice
8 or 9 weeks.
Twice as much. No, between 6 and 8 weeks.
I don't know.
And we got all the way.
I don't think so. 56 days is 56 days is 8 weeks though. I mean so that whatever one I'm thinking of was 8 weeks.
Yeah, depends on how much food they feed them in the beginning.
Yeah, if I was feeding them as much as I was at the end relative to their size at the beginning, they probably would have grown a lot faster.
Well, we don't know that because we think they were lacking some kind of mineral or something.
Yeah.
Because they were growing like the size of regular chicks at the beginning, really slow.
I'm not sure they were growing that fast.
Yeah.
Maybe they were. Now, you know what's nice about having a one batch of chickens that you finish? I don't have to take care of them anymore.
You don't have to mix their food anymore.
Yeah. We were using what seemed like a lot of food at the end.
Yeah, I don't even know how much you were.
It was a
putting out
little bit
there.
hard to keep track of. So for the first timer, I would say do your best, learn what you can, and then see if you want to do it again. I thought I was going to be able to keep much better records of how much food I was mixing and all that stuff, and I'm sure I could have, but we just had some bumps along the way, and then I fell off that track, and I just didn't worry about it anymore. And so if we were to do it again in round 2, even if I did it the same way round 2, I think I would be able to keep better records because we wouldn't be concerned about the same things. You'd probably be better at it the second time around. At least I hope we're better at it the second time around.
I kind of feel like we were better the first time.
First time was a lot different.
Yeah, I just...
We only had a few birds. We were just feeding them regular old feed from organic feed pre-mixed from the whatever store. And
Yeah, it just seemed like it
we weren't in chicken tractors and
was cleaner and smoother and... Oh, that wasn't so bad. This one felt more like it was harder, dirtier, messier,
but I think a lot of that comes with having 50 chickens versus 7.
maybe. Seemed like a lot more cleanup than last time.
During processing day, you mean? Clean up for what?
Just cleanup.
Like while they were growing?
No, for today.
For processing day.
Oh, yeah. Is that what you said?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a long day.
Yeah, mentally longer day than I think we were.
Anticipating. But it's all good. As long as it tastes good.
It's got to be healthy. Has to be healthy.
We'll see. Well, and our scalder was... The temperature was really inconsistent,
Yeah.
so some of the meat,
Lessons learned.
some of the birds got cooked before they needed to, and
Yeah,
hopefully that doesn't damage
stuff.
anything.
Yeah, that was another lesson learned. The scalding equipment. So we think that if we were going to gain equipment to be doing this again in the future, number one thing, plucker. I think number two thing is a scalder. Like a real scalder that keeps the temperature and turns the birds for you and stuff. Number three thing, I think, maybe like a vacuum sealer, maybe.
I don't think that's necessary unless you're doing like a large production of.
Probably dedicated knives. I think we have kind of dedicated knives, but like an actual like a boning knife or something.
Yeah, because you took all my kitchen knives
One,
and sharpened them.
but we only used one
Yeah,
outside.
we found
And you
those
said it
ones.
worked pretty well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Guess that's it.
Take two. I didn't look up there at all.
That's okay. I did. I looked up there enough for both of us.
So if it's like, oh, that's so awkward. Why is she looking at the ground?
Well, we appreciate you guys joining on the journey with us. See you next time.